Hola, mi amigos. Welcome again to Shepherd's TV, and this is another episode here in Poli-Side. As usual, in Poli-Side, we will speak about politics and things that are happening in this nation, even in the whole world at large. So today, we are just welcoming you to another episode of Poli-Side, and we are like in the episode 13 of Poli-Side. And thank you so much for always subscribing and sharing and watching our contents. I cannot forget that at the present we are around 170 subscribers so far, and to now we are moving little by little, and we know our target, our annual target for this year. You're going to help us make it. You're gonna help us make it to around 10,000 subscribers this year. So as we go ahead to the Poli-Side, as usual, and as we always say in Poli-Side, it's a place of politics. We speak politics on our own side of the view. That's why we call it Poli-Side. And this is Shepherd's TV, and my name is Aniko, your amigos. Please subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, and hit the notification button, comment if you wish, and if you like the comment, say something, and continue viewing our comments. Now today, up to the next things that we need to discuss, my friend, there are a lot that has happened in this nation of Kenya that we can talk about, but before we continue, as I always say, we always have a saying before we begin. So the saying of today that I will like to tell us is aliye juu mungoje chini. That's a Swahili saying, aliye juu mungoje chini. Now, aliye juu mungoje chini simply means he who is on top, wait for him down here. Yeah, wait for him down here. So if you are on top, somebody sang and said that be kind to the people on your way up the ladder. When you'll need them when you get down. When you're coming down, you'll need the people down. Okay, so be kind to the people on your way up the ladder, because you'll need them on your way down. You'll need the people on your way down. So aliye juu mungoje chini, he who is on the top, wait for him down here, and he's gonna just come down right back. Okay, it depends. So that's what we're also telling our president currently. Many people are saying that he has to come down, brothers and sisters, but they don't worry about my voice. It's a little bit sore, and I have a sore throat a little bit, but we are gonna continue. So many things have been happening in our nation. The BBC actually released something called the Blood Parliament. The Blood Parliament is something actually that tells us or shows us what happened during the last years around June, when the young people were rioting. They tagged themselves as the Gen Zs, and they were rioting over the streets of Nairobi, and finally they went into parliament and caused some havoc over there, and there are some people who were killed, and some of them were abducted, and we never knew who actually killed them. And so in this clip, actually blood Parliament, it is all over the YouTube. These people are trying to show who shot who, and at what distance, at what range, how the young people were shot, and there are like three guys that they're actually concentrating on how they were shot. One of them being Eric, and it was painful to see the young people being shot in the streets. And in this Blood Parliament kind of a video, this BBC is highlighting the cases in such a clear way that have not been seen before. Even we've not known that it was so. So we've seen that there are some people who are involved in these particular riots, especially inside of the government, that we never thought were involved. Like maybe this one guy who is said to have been from the defense forces, the Kenya Defense Forces, actually the man who shot Eric, and that is one of them who was actually shown to, and clearly they followed the uniforms, they followed the way they dress, the way they look, the tags on their uniforms, and this particular guy stand out with a unique uniform, and actually most of them were being seen because of their uniform characteristics. Because if you have a uniform and the uniforms are different, actually, as we could see from the riots, they had different uniforms, and we can just identify one from the way he's dressing, from the way he's appearing, from the unique things that he's wearing. The same way also, we can know about the person that have been shot, who is he, and we zoomed how he started the riots, what he was doing during the riots. And also, apart from those people who died, may God rest their souls in peace, whichever place they are in. Apart from them, we also have people who actually, apart from dying, there are those who are abducted. And after being abducted, we don't know where they were taken. So yeah, those are some of the things that we want to talk about. So that is the blood parliament, kind of a view. That's the movie, The Blood Parliament. That's what it was all about. This riot that was happening actually by the Gen Zs was about the finance bill, 2024-2025 finance bill that they were against. Actually, even now there is another finance bill that is out and is in the parliament, and maybe it might be objected with the people of Kenya. But as we continue, we pray that it might be a good one. So let's continue discussing this blood parliament and the arrest of the makers of this film. The arrest of the makers of this film here in Kenya happened. One of them being Nicholas Gishuki, the other one Brian Adagala, and one being Mark Karubiu. Nicholas, Brian, and Mark. So these three guys were arrested in their studios. Actually, today they showcased in the news how they were arrested. And after being arrested, I don't know where they are. Actually, we need to know where they are. So these three guys were arrested in line with the production of this film. Another thing that we really regret, there's a member of parliament who actually said that people die every single day. Yes, people die every single day, but they don't get killed by such kind of brutality. And a young man who is in school, actually, some of them are in school, like in universities, trying to pursue their dreams. They are dead. Actually, they are saying that their riots were peaceful. They were not causing any chaos. They are not stealing anything, but the policemen, the armed forces came and just causes havoc upon them, and they were killed, being shot by live bullets. And to some extent, some people who were killed, it was like being aimed at directly, that this man must die. And that's what happened. So you cannot say that people die daily, on a daily basis. Yes, people do die, but people don't die in such kind of a manner, such kind of brutality, especially with the government, because we believe that the government should be protecting his citizens. The government should be responsible for the well-being of the citizens. And if citizens are not well, if the government is not caring about the welfare of the people, then I must assure you, things like the riots that happened in June last year will always occur. They will always occur, no matter what happens. They will always occur. So these guys were arrested in their studio. Actually, they were arrested when they were also talking about these clips. But me myself, I say there is no right. They should not be arrested. Why arrest them? I believe they're just doing their own thing. And what if we decide now to produce a movie in line with the blood parliament? Yeah, in bracket, in line with the blood parliament. So what if we decide to produce a movie in line with that? That's a question that I like. Will you arrest every single person? Because this was a demonstration, many were killed. Those people went into parliament. Some of them were called thugs by the president and gangsters, and he said that he knows that our children are not such kind of people, and so they were searched, and most of them were kidnapped, and some of them were killed. And there are people even up today, they are crying not knowing where their children went. So this kind of an issue, this blood parliament, is such a sad case. Please release for us these three guys. Release Nicholas Gishuki, release Brian Adagala, release Mark Karubiu. Why should you release them? You should release them because they were just doing their job. They were just part of something that will catch the attention of many. And I believe what they were doing is not rioting against the government or something. So they were just doing their job as filmmakers. Just release them. That's my prayer and my cry to the government and to the president, the executive. Please release Nicholas Gishuki, Brian Adagala, and Mark Karubiu, because they are young men. They are young men with bright lives. They are the people who maybe may shape this nation. Kindly, that's my cry. Just release them. Now, that is the blood parliament. We are praying that such kind of things should not happen in our nation. Riots should not happen, because I believe that if the government takes the right precautions, we cannot be able to riot in the streets. We cannot be able to riot in the streets. These riots ended after the president said he can talk with the Gen Zs, and they held a talk at the X space where they held their talks. And after that, the riots cooled down. But actually, still there was some unrest, which were not as powerful as the one that they went into the parliament. There was one that they were saying they are going into the state house. It did not happen, and other protests. But I'll say, as a people and citizens of this Republic of Kenya, we love our nation. We love, because we have no other nation but this Kenya. And actually, if we cannot arise and fight for our nation, if we don't arise and fight for our nation, that even our children will die. Our children will suffer a lot, because we really salute those people who died, those people who have been arrested, those people who have been, all these things have happened in their lives. We salute you, and may God rest your souls in eternal peace. In eternal peace. So, what am I saying? I'm saying that we as Kenyans will continue fighting for our rights without getting tired. Podcast people are speaking all over against the government, against the things that are happening, and so we are not gonna get tired. We just want a better nation. President William Samoei Ruto, or we just need a better nation. But if now this is the line that things are going, people can still riot on basis that these three guys have been arrested. It can be a justful riot that the three guys have been arrested. Why arrest them? Only because of producing this blood parliament kind of a thing? No, we should not do that. Please release these three guys. Please release them. Yeah. So that has been another big thing that has been happening the past few days, or from last week. The release of the blood parliament by the BBC. It has gone all around. It was banned. I think it was banned from being online, but still from being streamed online, but still it's on and going on. People have spoken about it. I saw it in Ikonini podcast. It's a podcast just like ours, being driven by none other than Moafrica, Moaf, and he was also talking about this issue in blood parliament. And as for me, it is not right to arrest these people. It is showing that, in my own language, we always say that a sinner runs without anyone chasing them. So it's like the government is showing that actually we were behind this thing. So they are arresting these people. Why arrest them? Do you have any reason for arresting these guys? Do you have any reason to prevent this feeling from being streamlined? Why you are running without anybody following you? Yeah, we say jaricho ringo maonge ngamalawe. Jaricho ringo maonge ngamalawe. It means a sinner runs without anybody chasing him. So that's about the blood parliament. Now we've had our Labor Day. The whole world celebrated a Labor Day. Yeah, the whole world celebrated their own Labor Day, which was a beautiful and a powerful day for the whole world, and we enjoyed it. We enjoyed it really. There are those that enjoyed it, but here in Kenya, I don't see any enjoyment. Number one, people were not celebrating the Labor Day. It was a holiday, but me myself, I was working. You see, so being a Labor Day it wasn't a normal day it was not a holiday for anyone. Maybe it was a holiday for the people who are working in government and people who are being paid by companies. They were allowed that day for freedom. But there are people mostly in Kenya. In fact, most of the people in Kenya, I believe, are not earning from the white collar jobs. They are earning from what we call jua kali. jua kali, which means hard labor or maybe casual labor or skills, such kind of things. Jua kali means working hard under the sun. Jua is sun, kali, when you say jua kali, it means hot sun. So these people who are working under the hot sun day in, day out, and this jua kali actually is said to be the backbone of this nation, but they are crying. Why? Because of low salary. Now, let me say why the people are crying because of low salary. The other day, I was talking to a friend of mine about especially the construction sector, which actually the government has said that is constructing affordable houses. So he knows what goes on in the construction sites. Now, this is what goes on in the construction or sites. You wake up in the morning. These workers, either the skilled laborer or the non-skilled laborer. I'm not talking about the foremen and the contractors and those. I'm talking about the skilled laborers and the non-skilled laborers, the people who are laying the stones, the people who are doing the plastering, the people who are laying the tiles. The unskilled laborer, what they do is they do the labor job, the helping of the skilled laborer, like they are the one who prepare the sand together with the cement and put water in them and so on. So these people wake up every day in the morning not knowing if they will work or not, because they look for job. They can be fired anytime. That's the number one thing that the president should know, that these guys wake up in the morning, they go outside to work, not even knowing if they will work or not. You understand? So these guys wake up very early in the morning, they go look for jobs, and if God allows them to get that job, they work very hard from morning till evening, and they are not rest assured if tomorrow they will come and if they will be fired or not. If they are paid in the evening, that's it. Now, a casual laborer or an unskilled laborer works from morning. The hours that he should be working, the hours that both these laborers should be working is from 8 to 5 in the evening. Now, for the unskilled laborer, he will be paid 600 Kenya shillings. For the skilled laborer, he will be paid 1,200 Kenya shillings. Now, this is the salary that they are paid. No, let me call them the wages, because it's not a salary, it's a wage. So they are paid wages, 1,200 shillings for the skilled laborer and 600 shillings for the unskilled laborer. You understand what I'm saying? So you can convert that to dollars and you see it's a very little amount of, it's less than $100, or yeah, it's a very little amount of dollars. So if you work from morning till evening and you're paid that, now you work so hard. Listen to me, you work so hard, and sometimes these people, they work from 8 and go to 5 p.m. They have not even closed their jobs. They will be forced to work even up to 7 p.m. in the evening, so that the contractors work may be seen, so that the contractor's money may come through as he wants it to come through. Because what the contractors do, they go speak to the owner, and the owner gives them job, and they agree on the job, how much the owner will give them. So the harder they put the laborers to work, the more they will earn. If the laborers can work extra hours, then the constructor will earn more. The money that he will be left with will be much better than if he allows the workers to work within the time limit that they're supposed to work. So we don't even have laws governing the jua kali sector. Many people are being abused. They are working hours and hours and hours for very small salary. You understand? You can work from 8 to 5. That's okay, you'll be paid that. But even that 600, if you're paid, let us do our own calculation. If you're paid that 600 shillings as an unskilled laborer, right now we have flour, maize flour. In Kenya here, the staple food for most of the people is ugali. Now, if you have ugali at 180 Kenya shillings, that is 2 kgs packet, one packet, a 2 kg packet runs up to 180 shillings. You understand? Now out of 600, you need also to eat lunch, you need also to eat breakfast, because when you go to work, you eat breakfast and you eat lunch. Most of them don't eat at home because they wake up very early in the morning to go look for the daily job, so they will end up eating. So if you have 600 let's say first of all, you have gone to a hotel and you've eaten, let's say like 100 shillings, like 150 shillings for breakfast and for lunch. Out of 600 Kenya shillings, you are left with 450 Kenya shillings. Okay, now you've not done any shopping for your family. If you do the flour, the sugar, and all those things that you need, you'll realize that the money that this person is earning is so little, it cannot even sustain a family. Mind you that this person is paying rent. This person may be having children and a wife. This person have goals for the future, and now you're paying him 600 Kenya shillings per day. Mind you, there are our members of parliament who are being paid, I think, 800,000 Kenya shillings per month. And also the other day, they were given allowance of more than 300,000 Kenya shillings allowances. And they have other allowances. They have sitting allowance, they have transport allowance, they have security allowance. They have so many allowances apart from their monthly salary that they are earning. You get me? But this is a man that is working hard genuinely. But what he's earning is so small that even if you think of it, you will wonder. If we go to the skilled laborer, he earns 1,200 Kenya shillings. The same thing applies to him. He's working so hard from morning and he's working extra hours, which he's not being paid for those extra hours. You see, he's not being paid for extra hours. Remind you, he wakes up in the morning, or she wakes up in the morning to go out, to look for job and to seek for job. But the problem is that even if he's looking and seeking for job, he doesn't know whether or not he will get the job. You understand? So this is what the Juakali sector is all about. There's little payment, little wages. People are paid so little. Number one, they work extra hours without payment. You understand? The workers are something, they are treated badly. They are called names. They are quarreled to, and all these things. Sometimes they come. They don't have even safety gears. If they have safety gears, they are told you should buy your own safety gear. That's one of the things that we should know about this. So, in this Labor Day, people are celebrating, but what are we celebrating? Are we celebrating our defeat? What are we celebrating? You understand? That's one thing that even the president should ask himself. Now, during this Labor Day celebration here in Kenya, workers were denied speech. They were denied an opportunity to speak. As usual, workers are always given opportunity to speak, but they were not given opportunity to speak. I don't know why. That was not explained. Now, that is on Labor Day. You understand? That's on the Labor Day, because the Labor Day is for laborers. You understand? There's some extent that the president said there's some tax that he will cut off, but I don't know. I don't want to speak about that. Now, let us go on. In Kenya, Pia, we are having the death of our member of parliament from Kasipul Kabondo. His name was Charles Ngondo Were. Now, Charles Ngondo Were is a member of parliament from Kasipul Kabondo, you see, in Homa Bay. Now, this guy, I've seen people say that the person who killed this guy must be brought to book. He must be brought to book. He must be brought to book. Now, wondering, the first day that this guy was murdered, we were a certain guy where we were working, and the guy was saying this guy is not a good guy. He has caused fear among the people of Kasipul Kabondo. Nobody can oppose this guy and leave. No one. So he is dead, but the Bible says that he who lives by the sword shall die by the sword. So this guy, actually before he died, he has said that he wants to be, when he dies, he wants to be buried with the full flag of his party, the full flag of his party, ODM, just like the other guy was buried the other time. So he was saying that he too wants to be buried with the full flag of ODM. But that's not the case. What you're speaking about is that this is an MP who was really fearsome. He had control and reign with the terror. You see, nobody will oppose him and live well. You see, he was a terror. Talking about leadership in Africa, this kind of leadership is rampant everywhere since the days of independence. We've seen people die. In fact, in Kenya, we have so many people, very eloquent people, very prolific people. You see, people who are efficient and effective, and we've seen them die. We know the history of the late Thomas Mboya. He's known even in the America. Tom Mboya was a man in America. He was murdered. We know of Robert Ouko. He was murdered. We know of J.M. Kariuki. He was murdered. And there are many, the list goes on and on. During the Nyayo era, many people were tortured. Those people who opposed the reign of President Moi, they were tortured badly at the Nyayo house nowadays, or the Nyati house. And they were tortured and tortured. Some were maimed, some end up dying, and you could not speak against President Moi and survive. You see, today we have the freedom of speech, we have like the media and all that, but those days you could not speak against President Moi and survive. So what am I saying? I'm saying that this guy Charles Ngondo Were was a terror in the eyes of many people in Kasipul Kabondo. So how did he die? We don't know. We don't know who killed him. Okay, he died. He was shot. He was shot by some guys, some riders, when his car had stopped during a traffic jam. And so during the traffic jam, when his car had stopped, the car that he was, those two guys with the motorcycle, a motorbike, the riders came and shot at him. And so they say it's 6 bullets, and he died. And it was next to a mortuary, so I don't know if they took him home or they just took him to the mortuary. So that's so. Talking about him, he's not such a good guy. He is dead, and he wasn't such a good guy. And now people are saying that we will look for the culprit. Why are you not talking about the things that he did to people? Why are you not talking about his tyranny kind of reign or of leadership? Why are you not talking about him being such kind of a person who was a threat to the people of whom he led, or to anybody who will oppose him? Why? So that's the question that I will ask, because it happens that when somebody dies now, we want to praise him, how he was good. We want to show how great he was. We want to show he was a darling to many people and all that. And why? If I die and I am a bad person, don't paint me good. If I die and I am a bad person, don't paint me good. I am a bad person. So just say this guy was a bad person from the beginning. This guy was a bad person. He was the worst of his kind. He was the worst. And even you, if you are a bad person who is living, killing people, doing evil, selling drugs, raping children, all such kind of thing, reigning with the reign of terror and destroying your nation, making things impossible. If you're such kind of a person and you are living, don't expect that when you die anybody will praise you. No, we need to live a life that is truthful. You see, a life that is truthful, and we should do things truthfully. You see, truthfully, so that if I die and I did good, praise me, I did good. Oh, Aniko was a good man. Aniko was a good podcaster. Aniko was great. He used to help people. He was kind. He used to serve God. He's a good man. But if I die and I was a terror, tell people this guy was a terror. He was a bad man. He was a stupid fella. He used to kill people. He was a drug abuse. He was a drug addict. He was a peddler. He used to sell to young people marijuana. He used to sell to young people cocaine. He was a bad man. So if you're a bad person, don't expect your name to be praised when you are dead. Let us stop that foolishness that we are praising dead people who are bad when they were living. We are saying how good they were. If he's dead, and we must say he was a bad person if he was a bad person, and we must say he was a good person if at all he was a good person. That is it. Yeah, that is it, mi amigos. That is it, mi amigos. That's what we should be doing, yeah? So this guy Charles Were does every bad thing. Then after he's dead, now people start saying that we should look for the people who killed him. We cannot allow such kind of deaths anyhow. You are forgetting that this guy was a murderer. He was somebody who killed people. Anyway, judgment will leave judgment to the Most High God. That's what we do. That's what we continue doing. So may God, in His generous mercies, pardon his wrongs. That's what I can say. Now, going on with politics. Now, there are very many sweet things that are happening in this nation now. In ODM party, there have been a lots of wrangles here and there. Now, there is this lady, I don't know, what was her name? The governor of Homa Bay. She was saying during the funeral that this guy's culprit must be found, and she was saying that the fact that ODM did an agreement with the ruling party doesn't mean that the members of parliament of ODM should be killed anyhow. And she said that she, as the chairman, the national chairman of ODM, will not allow ODM to be backlash, will not allow ODM to be seen as nothing, will not allow innuendos to happen in ODM or people to see ODM as a small party. There are words that she used over there, and she said that she will not allow things like that to happen. She was referring to a certain burial where some people came echoing UDA, and she said that she will not allow that to happen in any place where ODM is fully represented. In fact, she said in every strongholds of ODM. Now, talking about those wrangles, recently also James Orengo have been against the government. He had been seen saying that not anybody should be in government. He had been seen saying that not everybody should be in government. Actually, he's against this kind of union between ODM and the ruling party UDA, and so he opposed it, and he said that he is for the people. Now, the statement that he had, this is the statement that James Orengo made. He said that there is an agreement between man and God. And then there is an agreement between man and people. In fact, he said there is it a covenant? He called it like this: a covenant between man and God, and a covenant between man and the people that they are serving. So it's like he's saying that like they had a covenant with the people to serve the people. And so that's what he's going to do. He's going to listen to the people. He's going to do what the people wants him to do. He's not going to do what the leader of his party wants him to do if it is contrary to what the people are saying. And for me, I'll say that is a good statement because they were elected by the people. Okay? James Orengo is governor for Siaya County. So he was elected by the people of Siaya County. And so he is a governor, he is a Kenyan governor elected by the people of Siaya County. I was seeing the other day the senator for Busia County. His name is Okia Omtata, a very active person. He is a human activist. In parliament, he was asked by the speaker of the Senate that you, the senator for Busia County, he said, "No, I am a senator of Kenya elected by the people of Busia County." So, yeah, so I'm saying that James Orengo is the governor for Kenya elected by the people of Siaya County. And so he is elected by the people. He's not elected by Raila Amolo Odinga, who is the head of his party. No, he has been elected by the people of Siaya County. So the people that he should be listening to are the people of Siaya County and nobody else. Yeah, he should be listening to nobody else but the people of Siaya County. And that's what we were saying, that he has a covenant with the people, not with any other, not with Raila Odinga, not with the president, but with the people. And so, coming to that extent, the brother to Raila Amolo Odinga, Mr. Oburu Odinga, he said that if anybody is against what the Raila Odinga is doing with the government, he should leave ODM. Yeah, he said that they should leave ODM, the ODM leaders that are there, and they are saying, they are talking against what have been done by the ODM leaders with the UDA leaders. He should just leave ODM if he wants to leave. And this, I believe, was mostly to Mr. James Orengo. Yeah, but the other day also, Raila Odinga defended these guys. He said that those guys are right. They are speaking the voice of ODM. Raila Odinga said that these guys are speaking the voice of ODM, and so they should be left to speak. You understand? And so they should be left to speak. I don't know what you could say. I don't know what is your take about all these things, because this is what is happening. I don't know what's happening in ODM. I don't know if like this handshake between Raila and the President William Ruto, the basis of it. I don't know the basis of it, but I'm seeing like there is some like rebellion against this kind of a thing. And if Raila again is saying that these guys who are opposing this union are on the right track and they are speaking the voice of ODM, then I say that he knows what he is doing, and I believe that they also know what they are doing. Now, the last topic, but not least, Ruto got hit by a shoe as he began his Migori tour. Yeah, because he has been having his tours around the nation, and going to places, going to one area and the other and the other and the other. He went to Mount Kenya. He was here in Nairobi, and now he's in Migori. And somebody just hit him with shoe on his head during his tour, and he started to stammer. This issue of shoes hitting people have not begun today, my friend. It has been there since, I don't know, Uhuru Kenyatta was hit by a shoe. And talking about Uhuru Kenyatta was hit by a shoe in Kisumu, when he was in Kisumu. Yeah. Talking about Kenyatta, the Kenyattas also, the father to Uhuru Kenyatta was booed when he was in Kisumu, which caused a great havoc, and many people were killed during that Kisumu massacre, and it was bad. It was bad, and sometimes they say that is what actually brought enmity between the Luos and the Kikuyus, whereby today I don't see if there is any kind of enmity between Luos and Kikuyus. So that's what he's saying. That's what he said in quotes. So this guy was hit by a shoe, and I believe the person who did so was arrested, though I don't know to what extent did that happen. I don't know if they are going to take care of him. You see, taking care of him. You see, that's what I mean. So I don't know if they are going to take good care of him, you see. So yeah, he got hit by a shoe, making promises, and so I don't know how far with the promises. I believe the president should stop making promises and just work. As for me, I would say these tours are not necessary. It is either he has started his campaign or whatever, but these tours are not necessary. They are not necessary. I would like him to listen to this. Mr. President, these tours that you are making, these rallies that you are making, they are not necessary for now. Now just sit down, all the money that you're using, focus on doing something that will make Kenyans trust you again, because they trusted you and elected you in the year 2022, and you are ahead of the number two with only 200,000 votes. So you should remember that and realize that now is the time for you to show Kenyans that what you promised them, you can actually deliver. Stop the tours. There's no need for the tours. Yeah, that's that. Also, just as a parting shot, also the man from the man from Kisii, Mr. Matiang'i, came back, and he had this rally in Kisii, and it was great. I saw people turning out, and what I can say about this presidential election of the year 2027, I believe it might be very tight. It might be very tight because I've seen these guys joining arms together. The former DP, Mr. Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka, many people who are with Raila actually have gone the other side. This is a big number, and a big number, and also Matiangis among them. But also the young people are also saying that we shall also elect people that we want, and there's this young people called Morara Kibazo, who actually is also standing with his own party. He's saying he will run for presidency. So we don't know what will happen, but actually all these people, I would say, they are no good. None of them is good. None of them is good, not even one. So what I can say is that we will have our elections. We'll pray for the best president that is. He will be elected, and let us pray that he become the best. That is what I can say. As I finish, I always say subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Don't forget to hit the notification button and also comment. Name is Aniko, and I'm always your amigo. Ciao.